Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nora Schiemann. I'm Technical Manager of Personal Care at IMCD, responsible for technical projects in the region DACH, Southeastern Europe, and Benelux. Thank you for joining my talk about natural boosting power today. With pleasure, I will introduce you to some examples of ingredients which are clean and green, and due to their properties can boost the performance of cosmetic concepts which aim to naturally caring for the skin barrier and its microbiome. On the agenda, you will find several items. The agenda includes aspects of clean beauty, which are important to understand. Further, I'm going to mention what you need to know about the human microbiome and the skin barrier function in relation to cosmetics. Finally, I would like to focus on aspects of performance boosters and multifunctional ingredients which help you to avoid harsh impact on the skin. Let's start with clean beauty. Let's have clarity about clean beauty. Clean beauty has been defined by US cosmetics, specialty, and mass retailers as a free-from concept. If something is claimed as free from, then consumers start perceiving this free from as an indicator for nasty things, namely the ingredients excluded by free from, for example, silicones, parabens, etc. This can be a misleading message, but it happens. This trend swapped over to Europe as part of the evolving clean lifestyle. The focus of this trend is on minimalism and caring for the environment. Clean cosmetics or clean beauty can be understood as natural cosmetics, mindful cosmetics, sustainable cosmetics, and in many other ways, always perceived as natural and real. On the next slide, you will see some quotes that had been compiled by Methyl. In this, you can see how consumers view clean living that covers a broad spectrum with top terms addressing food, beauty, and holistic living. We find terms like love, vegan, clean eating, health, organic, and others among the top quotes. With a 1,470% increase in clean living mentions since 2015, it's clear that consumers are becoming more concerned with living holistic, healthy lifestyles. What about the microbiome? Quite important is what you need to consider about the microbiome in this context. Although we know that synergies of a well-kept microbiome and the skin are essential, we can only conclude that the mildest impact on the natural microbiome is possibly the best. Even pathogenic microorganisms like molds, yeast, bacteria, and viruses can be found on the human microbiome, which can play a role in the overall consideration. In this light, the skin barrier needs to be always functional and not additionally contaminated by pathogenic microbes. Cosmetics industry well reflects these demands for clean cosmetic ingredients. So the question is how we can boost our products with natural ingredients that are mild to the skin and to our natural microbiome, sustaining the skin barrier function. Preservatives, which are accepted by law, are essential ingredients to avoid contamination of cosmetics by pathogenic microorganisms. However, the selection is getting more and more restricted by blacklisting certain ingredients, although there is sometimes no scientific substantiation to do so. This is all about the perception of consumers, which can be biased by media, publications, etc. Therefore, cosmetics industry is constantly developing natural ingredients concepts to meet the expectations of consumers. Great work has been done on preservative boosters, which help decreasing the in-use concentration of established preservatives. I would like to introduce you to a very special ingredient on the next slide. Methyl heptide glycerin, a brand new ingredient which can be purchased as Lexguard Natural MHGMB from Inolex Incorporation. It covers multiple functions as an emollient with anti-soaping effect in emulsions and simultaneously as a deodorizing ingredient as well as a preservative booster. Lexguard Natural MHGMB interacts with gram-positive bacteria like Staphylococcus hominis, the gram-positive bacteria in the underarm area that is responsible for excreting the malodor-causing thioalcohol. The ingredient is not true approved and readily biodegradable. On the picture, you can see how Lexguard Natural MHGMB helps avoiding soaping effects, similar to dimethicone. Personally, I found the performance with Lexguard Natural MHGMB already better after 8 wipes compared to the dimethicone, which means stroking and spreading the applied cream over the skin. Another example is about a very special ingredient compound. A new solution to help to preserve cosmetics comes from Roquette Beauté, enhancing the effects of preservatives such as potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, and others. Beauté by Roquette LS007 is a compound which comprises fully plant-based ingredients, which are gluconic acid, caprylyl glucoside, and cymbopogon citratus leaf oil, which is actually lemongrass leaf oil. The compound is Cosmos approved. It acts as a preservative booster and reveals from 1% in use concentration synergistic effects against bacterial and fungal microbes at pH levels of 4.5 to 6. A blend of 0.4% potassium sorbate and 1% Beauté by Roquette LS007 passes well ISO 11930 criteria A and B in a cream. However, this is not the only thing I would like to introduce you to. In fact, it is about simplicism, as we already heard. Simple formulations can be the key to success, and the multifunctional ingredients are essential to get more with less. A good care requires profound knowledge of the composition of the products applied on the skin. The skin barrier is too often compromised because of the excessive use of skincare products that contain too complex combinations of harsh ingredients. An option to decrease the multiple use of aggressive materials in a formula could be to use a single and mild multifunctional ingredient. As an example, the use of a multifunctional lipidic complex having a strong skin affinity and emulsification ability with anti-inflammatory effect, rough skin improvement, and moisturization properties can be an asset in the fight against skin barrier disruption. I would like to introduce you to a multifunctional emulsifier with anti-inflammatory function. This is about the nicolipid 81S from Nico Chemicals. It is based on bathyl alcohol, which is a naturally derived lipid and known for its skin affinity and anti-inflammatory properties, and lecithin, which is one component of the cell membrane. At natural origin index of 0.9, according to ISO 60128, it is also recommended for nature-derived formulas. Anti-inflammatory function had been substantiated by counter-effecting the effect of UVB-induced damage to normal human keratinocytes, which are being pre-treated with butyl alcohol and irradiated after 24 hours for 2 hours by UVB. The evaluations of the efficacy had been proven by a COMET assay test. And as a result, the treated cells show less damage, and the skin barrier function is visibly improved. Please be aware that the skin is sensitive, and the good health of our nerves is important to maintain both our sensitivity but also the skin barrier function. To recover the skin barrier function, there are many gifts from nature. Skin integrity and skin sensitivity belong together. Nerve fibers populate the epidermis to create sensitive skin. The nerve elongation factor, abbreviated by NFG, and the nerve repulsion factor, indicated by semaphorin 3A, are known to indicate disorders in the function of nerve neurites. External inductors like pollutants disrupt the balance by increasing NFG and lowering SEMA3A expression. Lysophosphididic acid, abbreviated by LPA, from nicochemicals, reinstores the balance of nerve fibers elongation after disruption by pollutants, like diesel particulate extract, which is mentioned as DPE in the above pictures. On another aspect about multifunctionality, I would like to show you another protective ingredient that is key to pollution resistance, and strengthening our skin barrier is actually the key to pollution resistance. This is about D-potassium glycerinate, a specialty from nicochemicals. It is one of the most recognized active ingredients to balance skin sensitivity in relation to atopic dermatitis, allergies, and/or sensitivity caused by environmental factors. This molecule, extracted from licorice root, reduces stinging effects, itching, pain, and warm sensation induced by treatment with 5% lactic acid at only the low in-use concentration of 0.2%. It is recommended for scalp treatment and other types of formulae to prevent and/or reduce the consequences of inflammation. To conclude, examples demonstrate that there are natural ingredients which have multiple functions, providing mild effects. This is essential when we think about the impact on the balance between the skin and its microbiome. Different concepts leverage the gifts of both nature and science to support a healthy skin barrier. Well, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I hope the presentation file will be made available to you. However, it is easy to find me on the internet. Thank you for listening. On behalf of IMCD, I wish you a pleasant event.